I thank you for staying with us on Good Morning Nigeria. Newspaper review is up next.
All right, let's welcome Chukwudi Okolugbaja to do his usual. Chukwudi, good morning.
Is that you, Claire? How are you? Good morning. Hello.
It's me, quite all right.
It's you.
Like, you want to feel my body?
Always resplendent.
You want to feel my body?
I am jealous.
To be sure.
The way you guys dress, you know. Even he. How you do?
We do.
When you said jealous, I
this is jealousy. If you are looking for it,
he said jealous. So I remembered. Hey, then let's go on. You know that advert.
Old school is the best school.
All right, let's get on there, Victor.
All right, I have the blueprint for starters. And just above the nameplate, Abbas lobbies China for Nigeria's permanent seat at UN Security Council. You get details of that on page 7. Below the nameplate, Tinubu, Sultan, Uzodimma, governors to attend editors' conference November 12. Details on page 6. FG considers selling state-owned refineries to attract investors. Page 18. At AFCON, we are going for title in Morocco. That's according to Eric Schell. And you get details of that on page 32. PDP crisis deepens. Factions differ on Ibadan Convention. 2 riders. Damagun insists it must hold. Anyanwu says it remains suspended. BOT waits in, sets up reconciliation committee. Details of all of this on page 8, and we have a lot of details anyway later on in the discussion segment. And towards the bottom of the front page of the blueprint, Nigeria ready to work with US, other countries to wipe out terrorism. That's credited to the FG. Genocide claim based on misinformation, faulty data, Idris. And 13,500 terrorists neutralized, 17,000 arrested, 125 convicted, 11,200 hostages freed. Okay, I guess that's fallout of yesterday's press briefing. Okay, let's leave the blueprint and head for leadership. Leadership, just above the nameplate. Federal government to U.S. others approach Nigerian situation with understanding of its complex realities. It's on page 4. And People's Democratic Party, Wike's camp insists convention won't hold. Trustees seek truce. You can get details on page 28. And then power generation, 6 trillion naira subsidy debt. Power generation firms seek clear payment framework from government. Say no clarity on bond issuance since July meeting with President. And you get details of that on page 4. And the tiny strip above it, 15% fuel import tariff, a strategic patriotic policy, say manufacturers. And finally, from me here, Senate suspends ministerial nominees confirmation is on page 14. Claire.
Thank you. Daily Trust is leading this morning with the contractors, all indigenous contractors protest at the National Assembly for the second day. Quite a number of stories. Of course, the picture story to highlight that protest is also there on the front page. A little below the nameplates, there are also interesting stories. NAS okays 14-year jail time for sexual harassment in schools, and cholera kills 10 in Adamawa. Ex-NSA Abdullahi Mohammed Adangba dies at 86. But interestingly, Nigeria rejects country of particular concern designation. I mean, this has been going on. But I know there's an angle on the front page of the blueprint. Victor, you read about that. Of course, which say it's. I want to get it out on what.
What exactly? On what now?
Yes, on the response, federal government response
Okay, Nigeria ready to work with US, other countries, to wipe out terrorism.
Exactly. So I think that's the latest to all the clarifications and reactions from the federal government. Yes, but Chukwudi, let's quickly look at all indigenous contractors' protest at the second day, and their claim is that the federal government is owing them payments for work done since 2024, and they also claim selective, payment, especially to foreign contractors. I don't know.
If I say only 2024, it will be very bad language. A laborer deserves his wages. The thing is, government just has to work out a framework, if I may use the word, to show, if nothing else, good intention. It is when you tend to ignore a particular chore, duty, something you owe people for some time, that people would begin to, even when you owe a bank, when you occasionally throw in a little money, the bank determines that you are still mindful of what you owe. So it is all management of a situation which is not easily controllable by the government itself. The money is not as there as we would want it to be. But your body language could make all the difference. When you hear ASU and government quarrel on and on, it is because after each face-off, everyone goes to their camp. They must keep that string of communication going. We've not forgotten you. It didn't happen for village in those days now.
I agree.
When your mom will send you, my mom say, make her go bring that in. It's the debt you owe the mom that the child has been sent to go and collect. How you respond to the child matters. It's not just how you now go to the mother to say, it's fine now, I will still give you. So it's management at the end of the day.
I'm just wondering, all the drags, the resident doctors, dragging government from one end, ASU from this other end.
Yes.
Now all indigenous contractors. I just wondered the elasticity, to put it into commerce, so for the economics, and then the resilience, in terms of politics of government.
Yeah. No, there was a day I threw a little joke at the president here. I say, I wish I could go into the labyrinths of Tinubu's mind, whether Emi Loko can still re-echo as he did that time. Could the man be saying now so did it be? But I think he's a fighter. He knows these things are going to turn out this way. Resilience is something that every human being needs. It's not just the president of a country or the head of a household. Even you, the child, at a point you start being taught how to persevere. Because life is for long-distance runners. It's not people who take, bouts that leave them exhausted after a few kilometers. That's the point. You have to learn it. You have to imbibe it, inculcate it, and let it play out. Yes, Victor?
The contractors are saying that the matter is complicated for them because most of them take bank loans to execute.
I agree.
And that the longer it takes, the interest...
The bank will not say, we know you have not been paid, And there was this online, what do you call them, the fintech companies I took a loan from. If you see the bad language I was receiving from them from time to time. But if they're no hurry,
you not pay on time, Chukwudi.
My dear.
No, you defaulted.
You think when I come here and talk like a parrot, things are moving smoothly? Claire, I don't come on air to make confessions. Don't push me, please. Who no get problem, my dear? But I tell people your good mouth, your attitude. They respect me so much now. Can we give you a loan and all that? It's how you manage it.
That's how they come.
Let's quickly, so that we can take more stories.
Yes, my dear.
Nas case 14-year jail term for sexual harassment in schools.
Whatever Nigeria does, some of us who went to Sunday school, some people went to Islamia, will tell you that if you don't return to the virtues, all the things you're talking about is nonsense. It not go work. We should stop telling ourselves now that it is no longer good to be good. We must return to the virtues. We are now hearing things that were unheard of, sacrilege in those days. When I was in primary school, people, they smoke Igbo. But now bush, then they go smoke am. But here, these days, somebody could just pass you and you get this smell of Igbo. You know, don't ask me how I got to know about the smell of Igbo. You know, there were some soldiers that lived with us during the war. So they were, because I know if you don't say this bad one.
You know, they will always say that the issue with us,
yeah.
When I say us, I mean us Nigerians, it's not that we do not have, you know, laws. You know, we do have very good laws, but the enforcement of those laws, you know, is what is the issue. Even
how many would you enforce? With how many policemen?
Yes, but this one is specific to the students, because it's a sexual harassment of students prevention and prohibition bill, which scaled third reading on Wednesday in the Senate after its concurrence.
Why students?
No, don't accuse me of talking from two sides of my mouth. You should also examine students who are sexually harassing the people as well. It goes two ways. I've had some personal experiences, which I'm not going to mention here. So, when you talk about sexual harassment, make Tom behave well, make Judith behave well as well. Again, it goes back to whom we were. Certain things were unheard of in those days. What happened to us?
We are told to round up, Victor.
Yeah, but
others are grabbing. Okay, they said they named some of those acts considered sexual harassment under the bill. Sexual intercourse or demands for sexual favor from a student, intimidation, threats, or creation of a hostile academic environment, and unwanted touching. Others are grabbing, hugging,
I was waiting
kissing,
for that.
Sending sexually explicit messages, pictures, or videos, making sexual jokes or comments about a student's body, and stalking, among others. You know, I don't understand which one is grabbing.
But I don't know about grabbing. Or I know that the few days I spent in Houston, Texas, I ran into a lady who was telling the boyfriend, "Don't touch me." She was half naked. An American girl could get naked on that sofa and tell you, "Don't touch me, don't come close to me." Actually tempt you. If you touch her, you sleep in the cell. That is how the law protects them. So, you say, "Don't pour me, don't touch me." Here you will see people on the road.
No, we are not degenerating.
They grab a woman.
Not degenerating to that level. You have...
People are grabbing people by the waistline on our streets. What are you talking about?
They leave the waistline alone. Let's look at
you are going to find me trouble. You see, you are part of the problem.
You just have 30 seconds. Now, AKU reads, bandits offered jobs to stay off criminality in Kaduna.
Yes.
And the other parrot says, what bees can be as lucrative as banditry. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good morning, Nigeria. We'll be back.